So what is a good accompaniment to chips? Usually you'd probably have ketchup. Well, this is an alternative type of ketchup in the form of Brussels sprout ketchup, which I received for Christmas. My brother decided, you know what, since you love eating weird foods, why don't you try this? Is Brussels sprout ketchup the way to go? There's only one way to find out. You probably know by now, we like to try weird things on this show. Whether it's food, we do try quite a lot of food stuff I've discovered. We tried the vegan burger from KFC, the whole vegan burger, which actually wasn't bad. Though if I did have a choice, I'd probably still go for the chicken burger. But that's just because I really like meat. But if you're not, that's absolutely fine, because the vegan burger does a good job. It's alright. Or it's some weird trend that we've just got to try it. We did the bottle cap challenge last year, that was good fun. And so I feel like my family have kind of getting this whole idea that, you know what, Katie just likes to try weird things. So one of the presents that I got for Christmas was some weird sauce. A little bit terrified by this sauce because it's Brussels sprout ketchup. Yeah, not entirely sure what to make of this. But you know what, I thank my brother Jack for sending me Brussels sprout ketchup, because I will try it, because we're that way inclined here on Drive Time. It's very fancy. This is by the Sauce Shop, which I'm pretty sure is an online thing, but I've seen them in some supermarkets doing other things. I don't know if you could buy this in the supermarket, I don't know. But it's got little Brussels sprouts with Christmas hats on it as well, you know, looking very fancy. And yeah, it's Brussels sprout ketchup. I'm intrigued. It's very green, which I suppose you would expect from Brussels sprout ketchup. I mean, it's Brussels sprout ketchup. What is more is there to say? A little bit nervous about this one, because when I have a Christmas dinner or something and there's Brussels sprouts on the plate, I will eat Brussels sprouts. I don't, I'm not disgusted by them. However, having them as a side sauce does kind of freak me out. Why? They're lovely on their own, as part of a bigger meal where there's other stuff on the plate. Do I want to adorn everything with a sauce of Brussels sprouts is a good question. So when I got sent this for Christmas, I was like, interesting. My first thought was, well, what on earth would you have this with? What types of foods would you have with Brussels sprout ketchup? What on earth would you put this on as a food? I was like, because it's literally I don't know how they make it, but in my mind, it's kind of like crushed up Brussels sprouts. What on earth would you put that on top of? Because normally I'd probably put gravy on Brussels sprouts, but I don't know what I'd put Brussels sprouts on top with. Well, they give you some tips on the back of the packet. They say, a very unexpected flavour that just works. It says it's sharp, sweet and spiced, like braised cabbage in a bottle. Try it with your Boxing Day leftovers, in a turkey sandwich, or even as part of your cheese board. There you go. That is the Brussels sprout ketchup. So they're giving you some ideas. Maybe you have it with sort of leftovers from Christmas, which would be like potato and turkey and stuff like that. Or you could put it in a turkey sandwich, so it goes well with meat apparently. Or a cheese board. I don't know if I'd have this with cheese. That sounds a bit weird, but maybe people do. So I thought, well, since this is supposed to be ketchup, that's what it's called, Brussels sprout ketchup, maybe we should try it with a food that's traditional with ketchup, like chips. So I've got to apply myself a plate of chips and prepared some Brussels sprout ketchup on the side of the chips. Because I figured chips is one of those things that you'd often have with some sort of accompaniment, whether it's mayonnaise or ketchup or whatever. I'm quite the mayonnaise person, I must admit, I do like mayonnaise. But hey, we're going to try the Brussels sprout ketchup. It is green, and you know, it's kind of like a yellowy green, which isn't the most appetizing of colours, but you know, it works. At least you know that it looks like Brussels sprouts crushed up, or however they've done it, purified. So we're going to take a chip and dip it in and see what this tastes like. Hopefully it tastes alright. Before I do that though, actually we do need to smell it, don't we? Because otherwise, who knows? So I've got the bottle here, let's give it a smell. I mean, it's got a very sharp smell to it. It's not the nicest smell in the world, but it's not revolting. I thought it would smell worse. It has got like a slight ketchup-y smell like at the end of the smell. So you know what? Maybe this is gonna be okay. We'll try. Okay, so let me get my chip and I dip a good amount into the Brussels sprout ketchup. Here we go. It's not bad. It's actually not bad. It tastes a lot better than I thought it was going to taste. I can kind of breathe easy for just a second. That is such a hard thing to kind of place. I think the thing that kind of reassures me, it has got, I mean, I don't know what they put in ketchup, apart from tomatoes, but it's got like the aftertaste and a good amount of the taste tastes like ketchup, which it is in the name that it is ketchup. It is quite tangy though, like it's a very strong sort of tangy flavour that you get hit with when you put it in your mouth, but then you're like, oh, you kind of have this trepidation, you put it in your mouth, you're thinking, what have I put in my mouth? But then the flavour just kind of continues into a ketchup flavour, and then you're like, oh, this isn't bad. I could deal with this. I don't know if I could have a lot of it, but it is a nice change for chips. A little bit of a tangy flavour coming in there. I feel like there's a hint of the Brussels sprouts, but it's not really strong. I think my only concern or worry would be, is this going to make my breath stink of Brussels sprouts? Well, I'll let you know when I go back to my family later and they can tell me if my breath smells. So Brussels sprout ketchup, you know, it's not bad. All things considered, I was really worried about this, but it's okay. It's okay, you can breathe easy. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the video. And of course, hit that subscribe button. We'll be back with more videos very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.